But I tell you what, I've got some onion here, green onion, how you call shallot? And I got some rice right here. Now, I'm not going to mix that. I'm going to put it on there. I'm going to mix one of them. Put the onion. Put that on there like that. Then I'm going to put the rice on top when I get it in there. Now, we got to turn this down because it's too hot. I'm going to pour this in there real good. Got to mix them. Got to mix them. There we go. Whew, that sounds good. Don't hit, I guarantee. Now we're going to put them rices. Scatter them around. My hand is clean. I just made biscuits, washed my hand. This is what the Cajuns call an egg jambalaya. They call this an egg jambalaya, too. Isn't that something? There, that's fine. Now, that's cooking real good. I've got to let it cook a little bit before I put the lid on it, but I'm going to put the lid on there in a minute to let it get cooked better. I'll leave this up here to put my omelet on when it's dead. Put this down out of my way. Whew. I got to check my biscuit, too. I don't want them to burn, no. Hold yourself still. Ooh, that's the best I ever made. I guarantee that's the best I ever made. I got to have a little hot pad here just in case. I need this right here. Oh, yeah, man, you talk about good. She's cooking up a storm. Just get after it there. Put it on medium high. Now, I'm going to close the lid on this. Didn't spill a drop. I usually spill a drop or two every time I do that. Wipe this off, keep things clean, put this out of the way. Now, let me tell you right now, you're going to have biscuit. We're going to have coffee. Okay, you got to have a little coffee. Let me see if I can't put a little on my cup right now. Got to let them omelets cook a little bit. Let me see about those eggs. They're coming along just bomb. I'm going to raise it oven a little bit. It's not quite hot enough. Put it to 350. And she'll get going. I guarantee. Louisiana coffee, I want you to know this ain't no Mississippi coffee, no. This is Louisiana coffee. Right here. Yeah, that's fine, too. I'll put that there. Now, I'm not going to look at the omelet yet. I just can't hardly wait, though, you know it. Let me see if I can look at it just at least a little bit. Oh, yeah, you come on there, you rascal, you. That's cooking pretty, I guarantee. Hoo-wee! Just get after it as you stand. Cook up a storm. Oh, man. I tell you right now, it's nothing better than a good omelet made with anything. We make omelets out of everything. Braunschweiger. Now imagine a Cajun with a name like Braunschweiger. We do that. We put that in an omelet. Cheese. We also get shrimps, dried shrimps. We put it in a blender, make a powder out of that, make an omelet with that. That's a shrimp omelet. And it's better than the one chopped up. It really is. All kind of omelet. We make that and enjoy doing it too. Oh, it's looking good. I guarantee. And I got to turn it over. I wonder how much I'm going to spill this time. I just ain't going to spill none. Didn't spill a drop. Isn't that good? I guarantee. I'm proud of myself. Now, I got to cast my eye. Oh, I don't believe I'll even show this to y'all. It looks so good. I don't believe you can stood it. Now, I tell you right now, this is fine. Whoo-wee, look at that. Can you see that with the cameras? Don't that pretty? I guarantee that pretty. Oh, man. I got to let it cook just at least a little bit more. Then I'm going to take it out, just like that. Oh, it's cooked. Not cooked enough. You know, you got to cook the inside of them. If you don't cook them inside, it'll run all over everything. I don't want that to happen, no. Whew, that's bad. The rice is already cooked. Remember, I used cooked rice. I didn't use rice that wasn't cooked. There she are. I guarantee I'm going to eat it. When I took this over to the table, whew, boy, I'm going to have to just fix a little of this right now for me to eat. Oh, you kid. Yeah, my baked eggs aren't quite done, but I knew that might happen, so I just happened to have some more that I fixed just at least a little bit earlier, and I'm going to haul off there and eat one of these with a little green tint to it. That's creme de menthe, a creme de menthe egg. Got to be good. I guarantee it's got to be good. Whoo-wee. You know, the rice for this omelet came from the best rice country around. That's in South Louisiana. And I want to tell you something. A real Cajun is a person what can walk by a 500-acre field of rice and estimate to the teaspoonful how much gravy it'll take to cover the whole damn thing. Now, that's a real Cajun. I guarantee you. Now, I'm going to tell you something else, too. Put a little salt on that egg. I'm going to eat them. But I want to tell you about my good friend that had a Sunday school class, and she was teaching her children all about Noah and the big flood. It'd been raining, you know. She said Noah was told to take 2 animals of every kind and put it on the ark. And he built him ark on a high hill. So when the rain come, that rain 40 days and 40 nights, you couldn't see the Mississippi River, the bayou, and nothing else. Everything covered with water. Well, it quit raining after 40 days and 40 nights. Then they got to find some land soon because the food getting low. And so old Noah sent out a dove. That dove come back and he don't got nothing. Tijon, what does that show? Tijon said, I don't know. Well, he waited about a couple of days, he sent another dove out. And that dove come back with an olive branch on his mouth. She said, Tijon, you're bound to know what that means. He said, I don't know. Marie, what about? Oh, that means that he done found land because the olive don't grow on no water, it grow on land. She said, that's right. In a couple of more days, he sent another dove out. And that dove did not come back. Do you know what that showed? Tijon said, I know. She said, what did that show, Tijon? She said, that show the dove season don't open up in South Louisiana, I guarantee. Southern wine that needs just a little bit of salt. You got to admit that pretty. Oh, wait a minute. You know I forgot the most important thing? Yeah. Oh, it's looking good. I guarantee that's a fine one. Ooh, boy. Hello there, I'm Justin Wilson. Red snapper is a very good fish. I hope you realize, in fact, red snapper is a real delicacy. A lot of people said putting those oil wells out in the Gulf of Mexico would hurt the fish, but it didn't. In fact, I believe it helped them. Fishermen catch a lot of those red snapper around the rigs, and that makes it possible for us to get our enjoys out of eating those red snapper, I guarantee. I don't ever put anything on the fish when I broil it. I don't want to ruin the flavor of the fish. I'll make a little lemon butter sauce on the side. You don't cook fish a long time because it cooks very quickly. This rice salad is wonderful. You put anything in the kitchen in it. Join me in looking back at one of those shows I made for Mississippi Educational Television more than 20 years ago. I hope you enjoyed, I guarantee. Y'all are. I'm glad for you to see me, I guarantee. When I walked in here, you know, every once in a while I think of a story and I want to tell it. I haven't heard it in a long time and I don't want to forget it. I got a friend that was fishing one day, and he was just fishing and losing his bait but not catching no fish. And finally the fish started biting, but his bait was just about run out. And he threw out there and he caught a beautiful brim, and he brought him in there real quick, and he said, man, I just wish I had some more bait. And he looked down, and there one of the little garter snake done caught a frog, trying to get away from him, you know. And he grabbed that snake and said, look, I hate to tell you this, snake, but I need this frog a lot more than you do. And he held on to the snake, and the snake looked so pitiless, he reached underneath his seat there and get a can of that pearl pop with foam on top and just pour some right in that old snake's mouth, turn him loose, put that little frog on his line, chunk it out there. He's got one of them brim to rat now. And he don't lost his frog, too. And he put him, fixed him pretty good, chunk it out there some more, He got another one, man. But he done lost his frog, and he felt something rub on the side of his leg, and he looked down there, and there that snake done caught him another frog, I guarantee. Down there on the Gulf Coast, we have some of the best seafood in the world. We got speckled trout and redfish and pompano. But one of my favorites is red snapper. It's got good, firm flesh, nice white meat, and a wonderful flavor, that's for true. It's not too fishy like some fish. Now, I cook red snapper different from anybody else, I guess, because I don't put anything on my red snapper at all. I just get it ready to go. Let me get this arch here without spilling anything. And I did it, I guarantee. And get me something to put the red snapper on, like this right there. But what I'm going to do is put a little something in this pot I've got here, this black pot. I've got some oleo. I'm going to add to that the juice of 2 lemons. It's not going on that red snapper before it's cooked. Oh no. Let me put this on warm, low. Put that on low. This must not boil. And I'm going to put a little Lien Perrin, how you call Worcestershire sauce. Say about a tablespoonful. That's about a tablespoonful. And I'm going to put a little olive oil on there, about 2 tablespoonfuls of that. I better measure that so that people won't think I'm trying to tell them something that ain't true. And 1, 2, run over. That's olive oil. Put that there like that. I'm going to put a little salt on that, too, about a teaspoonful of salt. You know, fish got to have salt. That's about a teaspoonful. Let's see if I still got my way of doing that. Yep. There it is. Teaspoonful of salt. And we're going to put a little Louisiana hot sauce on there. We use this on ice cream, too, I guarantee. Now, we'll just put a ka-chung, ka-chung, ka-chung on it. That's enough. That's less than a teaspoonful. It's not all that much. Now, I got that there, and I'm gonna let that just never boil. And this is going to be getting hot while I put my red snapper in the oven. Don't that pretty? That's real pretty, I guarantee. Put that in there like that. Let me put this over and get it a little bit better. First, I'm going to spray this dish with Pam, if I can find the Pam. Here it is, right where I put it. Spray it with Pam. That's to keep it from stick on the bottom there, because anything worse to get out of a pan is fish what's stuck with it, I guarantee. Red snapper, beautimus. I'm going to cook 5 little pieces of red snapper in this broiling pan. And I think my oven's on broil. Yep, better be. Got that there. And I'm going to get this out of my way this very minute. Now, you notice there's nothing on that fish? Not a thing. Put this in the broiler. Whoo! Now, it does not take fish very long to cook. So every once in a while, I'll cast my eye on that to be doggone sure that I won't burn them fish. That's bad. You know, us Cajuns love to fish, and we love to hunt. And I got a friend I've been hunting with for years and years and years down in South Louisiana. And let me tell you right now, he is full bleed Cajun. He ain't like me, half bleed. He's full bleed. And he's a weekend Catholic. He go to church every Saturday afternoon. And then he goes back across the street to Johnny Geet's Road and has another little beer or drink, something like that. And he married, about 17 or 16 years ago, he married a beautiful female girl, lady, women from way up north, around Shreveport. And this female lady, girl, women, beautiful, fine lady, she is a deep water Baptist. That means she don't even closet drink, you hear? But my friend, like I'm told you, full bleed Cajun, he got to have a little sip and a nip every now and then, every day. But when they made marriage, she said, oh no, don't you even come in the same room with me, smelling like a brewery distillery, let alone climb up in bed. In last year, we was hunting duck together down in South Louisiana, and we got a camp where there's 2 bedrooms, and I look in his bedroom there, and he's in his pajama, fixing to go to bed, and I noticed he take what I thought was 2 capsules, and chew them up. I said, he's sick. And then I see him stuff something up both nose. I said, he's too sick to go in the blind. I better go see about him. Well, I said, my friend, I'm sorry you're sick like this. He said, I'm not sick. I said, oh, yeah, sure. I saw you took them medicine. I saw you stuffed something up both nose there. He said, the medicine, what that was? I said, that was capsule. He said, no, that was 2 Luden cough drop. And what I stuffed up my nose was Victor salve. I said, well, you smell like a drugstore. You can't go in. He said, I'm not sick. I said, well, how come you do that then? He said, well, you know my old lady, how she feel about drinking. I said, oh, yeah, everybody know that. He said, well, I found out about 15 years ago that I could took 2 Luden cough drop and chew them up and stuff Victor salve up both nose, and I could drink anything I wanted to. And all she could smell was Luden cough drop and Victor salve. I said, yeah. I said, yeah, but she ain't here. He said, I know, but you do that 15 years and you become addicted to it, I'll guarantee. Now what we're gonna do here, we're gonna have to make some, we're gonna eat them red snap, but we're gonna make some avocado soup. Now, we don't cook that, no. Avocado soup is cold. Some people call them alligator pie. But you ain't gonna catch no Cajun calling them that, no. Because you know what? When we say alligator, we think about going out and caught one of them things and getting that meat from that big tail on there, because it's real good eating, I can guarantee. We don't feel like people do about calling it a shark. Whew, let me see some. I'm gonna show you an avocado. Let me cut this up here where I can get at it a little bit better. Some people call them alligator pie, like I'm told you. But this is nothing but an avocado. There it is. See? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to peel one. I'm not going to peel, I'm just going to show you how to get to the thing and get that old big seed out of it. You know, it's about better than 50% seed. See there? That old seed. And that old seed got to come out. He's hard to get out. He's slick. So what you do, just throw that knife in there, twist it around, you got him out. Nothing to it, just like eating lettuce. You see that? We put that there out of the way. Now, avocado soup is served cold. We're going to put this avocado, 2 cups of avocado, what I got right there. Man, that's fine. We're going to put this in the blender. Ooh, you kid. A teaspoonful of salt, maybe not quite a teaspoon. Not quite a teaspoon I'm going to put on that. Now, that's not quite a teaspoon. I'm going to show you that that's not quite a teaspoon. See, like quite a little bit being a teaspoon. Get that in there. Then we're going to put about 1.5 cups of chicken stock, or this is chicken broth. It's about the same thing. Chicken stock, I think, tastes a little bit better. We put that on there. Then we're going to put some lean Perrin, Worcestershire. I think what we'll put in there, just 1 tablespoonful of that, just to be sure we don't put too much. Got that? In a dash, 1 dash of Louisiana hot sauce, right there. Now, if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna take a look at my flesh. I got to see how it's doing. Ooh, fine. Now, what I'm gonna put on here now is about 2 cups of buttermilk. Not quite 2 cups. Put it on there. I got the salt. I got all that on there, what I need to put. Put that like that. I need my spoon. I don't need this. I'm going to get it out of my way. Now, put the lid on it. Don't you dare forget not put that lid on there. And you want to liquefy this. This is what we're going to do to liquefy this right now. Get after it there. It's liquefying. I guarantee that liquefying. Woo, boy. Let's see how it look. C'est magnifique. Ha 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 ha, guarantee. You know what? That soup's made. And what I'm gonna do right now is find a bowl to put that on. And I think I got it right here. Yeah, here it is, right here. Where I put it. I'm gonna put that on this bowl. Not that pretty? That's delicious too. Now, if you don't eat it like I'm gonna do very shortly, what you got to do is put it on ice and keep it there. I'm gonna put this in the sink. It just be in my way if I don't. Put this over here. Clean it up after a while. Put this down here. Man. I'm gonna put this on the table so I can get at it real good. Now we got the soup. Avocado soup. Yeah. Now, look here, this nearly boiled on me, you know it? Whew. I don't want that to happen, no. Gotta put it on warm. Nearly boiled. Came close, close, close. I hadn't looked there. We got the entree. Now we got the soup. Now we got to have some starch to go with that. And what we're gonna do right now is make a rice salad. And I know us Cajuns love rice. Now this is cooked rice. Got that right there, like that. Now I got a bunch of stuff to go on that. Oh yeah. Here we go. That's about 2 cups of rice. We cooked 2 cups of rice, and it made that much rice. And what we're going to put on there is a cup of onion, chop up real pretty, green onion. This is a cup of chopped dill pickle. Put that rascal in there right now. That's smelling good already. This is a cup of chopped sweet pickle, right here. Put that on there too. Right here, we got a cup of celery. Celery, we're gonna put that on there. We got a cup of chopped green pepper, bell pepper. Don't that pretty? And we chop up some olive and pimento, what was mixed together. We chopped that up and we put that on there too. That's a cup, 1 cup of that. And this is about a cup and a half of chop up hard-boiled egg, which we boil for 20 minutes so they'd be digestible. A baby can eat an egg. Now I'm gonna mix this up just a little bit here, you know, get this mixed up. Just a little bit, that's pretty. That's gonna look pretty all the time. And I'm gonna mix a little sauce to go on that because that's not quite good enough, juicy enough for me there yet. Whoo, I guarantee. Look at that. That's fine. Now, I'm gonna take this bowl right here. This is salad dressing. And the reason I use salad dressing instead of mayonnaise is salad dressing will keep a little longer than mayonnaise. Off of ice, I'm talking about. I'm going to use about a cup of salad dressing. It's about a cup in there. And this is Durkee's. I'm going to use about 3 or 4 tablespoons full of that. Come on out of there. Now you're going. That's good old Durkee's. This is just plain old yellow mustard I got right here. Before I do it, let me look at my fish. Hold steady. Ooh, you rascal. Oh, looking better all the time. I guarantee. This plain old yellow mustard. Now, if I was making this for myself down home, I would make my own mustard and do it. But I'm going to put 3 tablespoons full of yellow mustard in that. Now, I'm going to put a little cayenne pepper on that. Not much, just a little bit, you know, ain't much. Got that on there. We'll stir it up. Mix it good. I'm gonna put a little olive oil in there to give it a little more body, how you call it. Look prettier, taste better. Now, we got that like that. Stir it up good. And you got to have a little tartness with this, so what we use is wine vinegar. We don't let it sleep in it overnight. We just put a few dashes of wine vinegar. There we go. Wine vinegar. And we stir that into this, and it kind of whitens it up a little bit. Makes it a little looser. And the first thing you know, we got it mixed up, and we put it on the rice salad. Whew. Now you know that that's pretty. Let me move this out of my way. Yeah. Now I'm going to mix this up just at least a little bit. You know, when you make this, if you let it sit overnight, it's even better. Like potato salad is always better the next day. Now, let me mix it just at least a little bit more. I don't know how I do that, but I got just the right amount of juice on that. You know that? Let me check my fish and we'll come back to that. Ooh, I just turned you off, you rascal. You be sure that nothing more happens to you. Now I'm gonna mix this a little bit more because it's not quite mixed good enough. And let me tell you right now, this is fine stuff. You like potato salad, you like rice salad. That's for true. And I haven't left a thing out of this. I want you to know I put everything I could find in the kitchen in it. Went next door and borrowed 4 things. And that always make it taste more better. That's for true. Whew. Yeah. Now, I'm going to take this and put it over on the table. Come on down. Right here. And while I'm over here, I'm going to put a little of this wonderful avocado soup in a cup. So it'll be ready when I get ready. Man, that'll look good. That is good, too. I want you to know that is good. Put that right there, like that. Put these over here, like that. Ha! Now, let me stir this. I don't want this to boil. Can't afford to let this boil. Okay. Now, I'm going to put my fish over here because it's dead. You know, it doesn't take fish long to cook, no. Fish cooks real quick. It doesn't take it long. Oh, that's pretty. Now you're wondering what in the world are you going to do? You ain't got nothing on it, little old dry-looking fish. I'm going to put it right here, what I'm going to do before it burns me. Close this oven. Now, right now, I'm going to get one piece of this fish out and put it on this plate with this spatula. You see that? This come out just exactly right. Let me loosen this up. So when I do want to take it out, I can. Yeah. This is where you put your seasoning on your fish. After it's done, after it's put into the plate that the people are going to eat off of. That's what you did. You see that? That's lemon butter, Worcestershire, a little hot sauce, and that's all. Isn't that fine? I guarantee. I'm going to turn this off because I don't want that to boil. Now, get me a little rice salad on my plate. Yes. Just a little, not much. I've got everything I need. Soup, starch, got it all right there. And now, I'm going to sit down here and tell you a story. Oh, first of all, I'm going to pour a little wine. You know, this is red wine. some people say you're supposed to have white wine with fish, but you're supposed to drink the kind of wine you like. That's the kind of wine you're supposed to drink. Let me tell you. I got a friend who live in Opelousas, Louisiana. And he got a job up north, way up north in Detroit. Now, how he find that place, I don't know. But he get a job driving him automobile trailing transport truck up there. And he get a job with the understood that every 2 weeks he gonna get to go back through Opelousas, Louisiana, on the way to Beaumont and Houston, Texas, hauling them Cadillac automobiles, you know. Gonna get to go through there and see his wife and 11 children, what he's got. Well, the fella forgot to took into consider he got to unlearn him how to drive Cajun style, and that take 2 weeks. Then he got to learn him how to drive Yankee style, that take 2 more weeks. In the first trip he don't get to Beaumont and Houston or go to Miami, Florida, and wear out 4 road maps trying to get a shortcut to Miami through Opelousas, but he don't made it from Detroit. So he come back there and he walk up to the foreman what hired him. He say, how come you told me that damn lie? The foreman say, which one? He say, you know which one. You told me every 2 weeks I'm going to get to go through Opelousas and see my old lady and all them children. It's been 6 weeks since I've been home, and I'm going to go something that they ain't going to know me. They're going to ask her, who that is, Mama? She's going to say, I don't know. Well, the foreman say, I'm awful sorry about that. I'll guarantee I didn't mean to broke my word or anything like that, but you know how it is. We got to did things like we supposed to did them now, and I got a trip was going to go out in about 4 hours, and I'm so sorry you too tired to took it out. He said, who say I'm tired? I'm not tired. I'll be glad they took that trip out there. Gonna go through Opelousas on the way to Beaumont and Houston. He said, that's right. He said, okay, you can took it out, but you go get 40 wink, because I don't want you to be too tired when you did that. He said, all right. So we're going to get 22 wink. He don't want to miss nothing. He get back there and he get on that trailing truck there. He say, Opelousas, boy, here I come. Old lady, I know you and them children gonna be glad to see me, I guarantee. And he do just fine with them trailing truck till they get about, 40 miles from Opelousas. 10 p.m. in the nighttime, man. And blinkety, 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 them flick, 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 them headlight flick plumb out on him. And he pull on the shoulder of the road, and he get down from them truck, and he go across the road, and he look back at the truck on the shoulder of the road. He say, this Cajun snake bit by a whole basket full of snake. I tell you for true. Here I am, got to wait till daylight, and they're gonna put me a day behind. I'm gonna drive through Opelousas and just wave bye-bye when I pass. And this is bad. And he said, wait just a minute. He look over there again, and that top automobile on top is faced the same way with him. He said, let me go see. Well, he climbed up there and he turned them headlight on. Whew, he could see a mile and a half down the road. He said, I wonder how come that safety man didn't thought about that. He get back on them trucks, say, Opelousas, whoo, boy, here I come. Old lady and you cheering, gonna wake up there, because you're gonna be glad to see me, I guarantee. He's not gone very far before he meet an automobile brought itself up the road. And get about a half mile from him, and he'd leave the road, boogity, 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 cross the cow pasture. And he drive up there and brought himself to a dead still, reach down, pull his emergency brake so that truck won't roll. He run out there across that field, say, you hurt, my friend? Hi? Fella say, no. He say, what happened? You broke? Didn't work? He said, nothing stopped. But your steering didn't broke? No, the steering didn't broke. He said, well, what in the world happened? He said, well, me, I would have brought myself up the road, and you brought yourself down, and me, I figure if you have it wide as you is tall, I better give you plenty of room, I guarantee. How y'all are? I'm glad for you to see me, I guarantee. I'm gonna taste this jambalaya first. Let's just go ahead on and cook. Get the part of the chicken that I like. Turtle stew, come here, boy. You know that looks good. This is going to be good, I guarantee you. Talk to it like it knows what I'm talking about. I like it. It's good. I believe in easy cooking. Believe me, I do. Hi, y'all are. I'm glad for you to see me, I guarantee. And today we're going to make a crawfish makshu. And it's delicious, and you'll all get a big taste of this when this is all over with. Now, this is for makshu. Got it right there. I'm going to tell you all the story in a few minutes. But I first got to get this makshu to going so we get it done. In this makshu, I'm going to put a half a cup of olive oil. That's all it needs. Turn the fire on, and everything works a lot better. Put that on a medium blaze. And I've always wondered what makshu meant. And I used to speak Cajun French pretty good, and I don't remember what the hell it was. Into this right now, I'm going to put, now I keep my recipe here, because if you write a cookbook, you don't try to remember all the recipes. You got it written down, you can go back and look anytime you want to see about it, see? And I'm going to put in there right now some onion. Now that's a cup of chopped onion. Put those in there, and I got to cook them till they're more or less clear. I don't know what that means. I couldn't see through them, I know that. And then I put about 3/4 of a cup of chopped bell pepper. And I stir. Whenever you put anything, you're supposed to stir. Stir that around to where it'll even out pretty good, too, I guarantee. Get out of there. My hands are clean. I washed them the other day. Now, right now, I'm going to put some chopped fresh parsley in there to get that to go with this. Get it all mixed up. Get out of it. Come on. And it is good. And I stir. Anytime you add anything, you got to stir. Remember that when you cook it. Except rice. And I stir my rice when I cook it. But not when I don't add anything to it. Get it all ready. It makes a loud noise doing it. Come on, now you're just going real good, I guarantee. Now, while that's cooking like that, I may just tell you all a story. I got a young friend that studied to be a lawyer. You know how that is. I'll put this down to medium low, down to low. And when he got finished school, he was so broke, he didn't have enough money to go run an office and anything else. And a fine gentleman, old gentleman, said, look, I got a place I just finished, and you go use that for a month until you can make enough money to rent you an office. Oh, he said, man, I depreciate that. I guarantee I really do. Well, he said, you just go in there, that's your office. Okay, thank you, sir. Well, he went there, and there was a desk there and a phone sitting on and all that, and man, I feel so good, and just got a new concrete walk going up to it. And what tickled me to death about this story is true. And he heard somebody coming up the walk, and he reached and got that telephone, put it on his head like that. The man knocked, he said, come in, brought yourself in there. No, we can't do that. No, can't go that. No, that's not enough. No, not 25,000. It's got to go for 50,000, or we're not going to do a thing. 50,000, is that right? Okay, and he hung the phone. He said, what can I do for you, huh? The man said, I'm from the phone company. I want to connect up your telephone. Now, we got this going pretty good here. Got to raise the fire a little bit. And into this right now, I'm going to put a cup of I'm going to put 4 cups of corn that you scrape off the cob, or you can get canned corn. It's got to be the full grain corn, you know. Scrape that off the cob, or we got this out of a can. It's pretty too. Come on, let's come on out of there now. You know you all got to get in there. You might just as well quit arguing with me. Stir, man. That's right. Listen to yourself. It's going to be pretty, yeah. Now I put a cup of dry white wine. That's wine. And stir. Now sometimes you got to add a little water. And I'm going to add a little water to this too. Not a great deal, but just about half a cup to nearly a cup. That's water. That's enough. All right. Stir that up. I'll do that. This recipe says then I can put some garlic in there. See? Put a little garlic in there. Come on, get out of that. Go. All right. Stir. I got that did. Now I've got to put some other little things in here like cayenne pepper, but I'm not going to put anything in there right now like that. I'm going to put some steak sauce, a tablespoonful of steak sauce. And this is delicious steak sauce, I guarantee. Cajun, what they call, oh man, that's pretty. Gotta measure it good, you know. I guarantee. Now, then I got to put in there, bell pepper, salt. Take a little salt in there. Now I got quite a bit of stuff in here. You notice that, huh? So what I better do, I'm gonna put a teaspoonful of salt. You don't believe that teaspoon. I can see some doubting Thomas and Thomasiners out there. Now I'm gonna measure that teaspoonful of salt. You notice that? In fact, I got to put another one in there because I won't have enough teaspoonful of salt. And then 3 teaspoonfuls of salt. We got a lot of stuff going here yet, you see. Got all that like that. Mm-hmm. Oh boy, that's smelling good already. And I'm gonna pull the fire up a little bit more. Now, I got some crawfish tail I got to put in there. But I'm not gonna put them in there yet till, well, those onions are clear though, they clear. Put this up here. I want to be sure I got everything in there. I got the chopped onion, I got the bell pepper, I got the parsley, I got this corn in there, and I got a cup of dry white wine, a cup of water, maybe more, just a cup's all I put in there. 1 teaspoonful of finely chopped garlic, what made the invention of twin beds. Salt, I got in there. Red pepper, I'm gonna put just a little pepper in there, just, you know, just a little cayenne pepper. It's good for you. Stir that in there good. That's right. It's going to be a beautiful dish, and it tastes so good. It's good enough to eat right now, but the crawfish make it taste more better, I guarantee. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to put the crawfish in here and let it cook about 20 minutes. That's all. That corn is done already, I can tell. It's just beautiful. Oh, that was a beautiful crawfish. Put the fat too, don't forget the fat. Oh no. Stir this up real good. That looks good and that smells good. Don't that pretty? I guarantee that's pretty. what's pretty about it, it tastes better than it looks. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the lid on this pot and let this cook. I'm going to bring it to a boil first, and then let it kind of cook slow. See, let it cook kind of slow. Put it on there. And you notice this got some little, got to cover that real good. And I'm going to cut the fire down just a little bit. I'm going to put that on. I'm going to put it on low, which is just as far as it'll go, so it's got to be low. And I got everything in there I'm supposed to have, so that make everything all right there. Now, I'm going to mix something else. But I think I'll move this pot. No, I'm not. I'm just going to put it in the back. Because I got to mix something else. Light the fire. It's lit. Turn this one off. Now, got that going right. Be sure I got this on the right one. Got it on low. Right. Now, I'm going to mix something here for you. I'm going to mix a sauce to eat with boiled crawfish or with shrimp, whatever you want to eat there. But I got to tell a story. I haven't told this story in a long time, and I might just as well tell it right now. Years ago, when I lived in Crowley, Louisiana, they had a place called L'Hotel, a dance hall was there. Man, and them kids would go there on the weekend and have a good time. There were very few automobiles back then. You see those old black buggers with the top on it, a nice pretty horse. And people would go there in them horses and they would dance and pass pleasure, have a good time. I never forgot, a fellow went there with his horse that he loved that horse. He curried that horse, dressed that horse up as much as he would let him do it. And so he went to L'Hotel to the dance. And man, he danced up a storm. He tied his horse in a nice shady spot. He danced up a storm there on a Sunday afternoon. And he got to thinking about his horse, and he went out to see about his horse. When he went out there, somebody had painted his horse a bright green, a beautiful green. He went back in there, and he was mad. He was mad all over. Even fingertips was mad. That's how mad he was. And he went in there, and the band was just to play, and he hollered, "Who painted my horse?" Nobody heard him. So he told the band, "Stop yourself, and right now." The band stopped itself, and right now. And he hollered, "Who painted my horse green, man?" And the biggest man you ever saw in your life walked up there and says, "I painted you horse. What about that, huh?" The man looked at him and said, "I just want to let you know he's dry and ready for the second coat." Right here, I got a little bowl I'm going to put here in the middle. I'm going to make a sauce, and I'm telling you, it's a delicious sauce. And I got to move this on and be sure I got the right thing. This is for crawfish or shrimps, whatever you want to have. Doesn't make no difference with me. So I'm going to put some of this in this right here right now. This makes about 8 to 10 servings, depending on who's hungry, you know. And I got peeled crawfish we're going to use for this sauce. I put a half a cup of picante sauce. That smells good just like it is. Put a half a cup of picante sauce. And get all that out of there too, don't you worry none. Where's my little whisk there, you know? Come here to me. Ain't nothing in that head, so I ain't gonna stir. And then I put a cup of ketchup. That's good ketchup. Whole cup go in there. Try to get as much of it as you can out of that cup. So you want this to be good, and it is good, I guarantee. Whoo! Aye, aye, aye. And I use a whisk to do this because it mixes better than a spoon. You don't get it on a spoon. You got to have the right move to get this done right. Now into this, I'm going to put some horseradish. A half a cup of horseradish sauce, not pure horseradish. Horseradish sauce is what this is. Come on out of there. Now, here you go. Smells good, too. I love horseradish sauce. Come on. That little old cup don't want to give that up, but he's going to do it. Might just as well get ready to. Come on. Good enough. Put you right there. Hold up. Oh, that's looking good and smelling good. I would taste it, but people would see me, so I can't do that. All right, now into this, I'm going to put a little parsley. Just a little parsley. There you go, a tablespoonful of Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to put that in there right now. No, got it? See, a tablespoonful. I'm going to measure this very carefully. You know how I'm about that. Give me a tablespoon. There I go, tablespoonful of Worcestershire sauce. Some of it stuck to the spoon, so I had to get it all out. Put this lid back on there. I don't want to spill that, no. Okay. And I'm not going to put anything, but I see I got some lemon juice, the lime juice. I got a tablespoonful of fresh squoze lime. I guess it's all out of there. I can't look and see. And stir. I want to be sure I get everything in here because this looks good. It smells good. When I eat it, I can tell you whether it tastes good or not, too. Don't you worry none about that. Let me look at this and see how it's doing. I might turn that fire up a little bit. Well, you go ahead and stir away. See, I can do two things at once. Medium low now. That's got to cook. Gotcha. This is parsley, freshly cut parsley, chopped fine. That ought to be, let's see, about 2 tablespoons full. No, can't be that much. A half a cup. That's more than 2 tablespoons full. My hands are clean, I guarantee. Throw that in there. That'll make it look more pretty, too. That's for true, I guarantee you. Whew. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this aside because it's just, you can't do another thing to it except eat it. I'm not going to do that right now. Let me put just a little bit of cayenne pepper in there. You don't mind? This is cayenne pepper hot sauce. And this is a mild one. It's not very hot. Too hot to drink for lemonade, but it's not too hot otherwise. That's for true. Put that back over there where it belongs and stir one more once. I got to check this here mock shoe too and see what it's doing. Got me a tasting spoon there. Now, I'll set you over here out of the way, out of my way that is, and let me check on this mock shoe and see what it's doing. It's doing right. That I know, yeah, just about to boil. Isn't that pretty? I guarantee. And it tastes more better than it looks, I'm telling you the truth. Doesn't need any more water. I put most of a cup of water in there. That was enough. Put that back on there, and I'm going to turn that fire down again. Put it on low and let it cook. Now I'm going over here I'm gonna put me some mock shoe that I got cooked already. Put a little mock shoe in this plate. That look good too, huh? I guarantee. Ooh, man. Now, Judson, you don't want to take it all, just a little bit. Yeah, a little bit more. You don't need anything but this. It makes a complete meal. You got everything in there you would need. Let me close this up right here like that. And put this over here, and I'm going to tell you all a story. Before I sit down, I don't like to tell stories when I'm sitting down. This is a true story that what happened to an offshore worker in the oil field years ago. And he came in Vermilion Bay and went to Abbeville. He'd been on, got hay people. He had to go see a barber because he looked like he needed a hair cut. And he did. All his hairs was long, all of them, not just one, though. And he went to the barber shop and he sat in the chair and he told the barber, I want everything to do. I want you to cut my hairs, wash it, and I want to shave, a nice pretty shave. Barber said, okay, sit yourself down. He sat himself down, and he looked over there, and there was the cutest girl, oh, boy, you ever see before again in your life. A manicurist. He said, baby, would you please manicure my nail for me? Oh, yes, sir. And she sat down there and was holding his hand, working on his hand, starting on. He said, baby, you're cute, I guarantee. She said, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Let's me and you, could you like to have a date with me tonight? I'll stay over. Well, he just kept my name. He said, you did not hear me. I know a place out there on Vermilion Bay. It's a beautiful place. We can go out there and sit around. Even court a little bit if you would like to do that. Oh, man, she didn't say a word. He said, lady, you don't hear what I'm talking about. You don't answer me. Would you like to do that? She said, how come you don't ask my husband? He's shaving you right now. You know, it's fun to eat stuff that you cook, that you like to cook. And I like to make sauces. And this is crawfish that's been cooked. We boil them. I'm going to put that down in there like that. Come over here to my mouth. Oh, boy. That's good stuff. And a nice clean napkin. Put that here like this so it won't fall on the floor. I might just as well try another one of these little crawfish. There's 3 of them here. Oh, come here, boy. Don't want to spill anything on that napkin. Too pretty. Got to chew that good and swallow it. Oh, boy, this would be good on a cracker. Oh, man, that is fine, I guarantee. You don't have time to eat more, right? But I don't have. I want to tell you. Now, this is mock shoe. You can eat it with a fork, or you can eat it with a spoon, which you prefer both. I'm going to try a little of this both ways just to be sure, though. You know, come on here, come on. That spoon ought to make that even more better, I guarantee. Oh, you kid. I'm glad I didn't eat any breakfast. Oh, look at here, a little wine. What do you know about that? Just a taste or so. You can tell he's poured wine before, you know that, huh? Man.
Meshack. For more information and a complete line of fine Justin Wilson products, visit www.justinwilson.com or you may call 228-207-5379. Meshack, that's the Justin Wilson Fine Products. JustinWilson.com.
That is good. Southern wine that needs just a little bit of salt. You got to admit that's pretty. Oh, wait a minute. You know I forgot the most important thing? Yes. Oh, it's looking good. I guarantee that's a fine one. Ooh, boy. Hello there, I'm Justin Wilson. Back before I had a cooking show on television or had written my first cookbook, I told stories while I was giving talks as a safety engineer, which I was then and still am now. People seem to like my Cajun stories, which please me no end because I have always admired and respected the Cajun people I've known all my life. I'm one half Cajun myself. I made several albums of humorous Cajun stories. I believe I had as much fun making the album covers. On one, I rode a rocket. On another, I lassoed an alligator. You might have noticed that I like to tell stories while I'm cooking. Everybody needs to laugh at least once a day. It's good for the heart and probably the digestion too, I guarantee. The show you're about to see was made for Mississippi Educational TV 25 years ago. It's all about cooking a roast pig, and I guess you can tell from my hat that it's a Christmas show. That don't matter. You can cook this pig for some other special occasion, too. Hi, y'all are. Joyeux Noël. That means Merry Christmas with you. This Christmas time, it takes a lot of good food to feed them Cajuns. I guarantee. So I invited this fella here to kind of help out. Now, when you want to cook a pig like this, it's not all that hard, but you got to be sure you pick the right kind of pig. Get one that the butcher will clean up real good for you like this one. And also, too, get a white pig or a red pig. Try not to get a black one because you look like you need a shave all the time if you don't look out. Now, this one right here weighs between 10 and 12 pounds, and he'll feed just about that many people, maybe a little bit more, depending on who it is. Us Cajuns, you know, we eat a lot more than that. And, you know, we love to do things like this down where I live, and I never forgot last Christmas I got a friend who had a boy cheering that he sent to LUS. And he done mortgaged the farm and everything else to get him there. And when he sent him off there, he said, look, you can't brought yourself home because we ain't got no money.